Good morning, beautiful people. Um, I have some tea for you today, but it is not necessarily in the form of a reading. It's kind of just going off of the reading from yesterday, healing money trauma. And I was thinking about it a lot, and it was bringing up things from the past, attitudes about money brought up from the past. If you haven't seen that video, I will link it in the description of this video. So, one of the biggest ways to unlock your abundance is to change your relationship with money, okay? And your attitude towards money and how you think about money. Money is a spiritual thing. Money has spiritual properties. Those of us that, have spiritual practices, we study the magical properties of crystals, the magical properties of herbs, the magical properties of metal, but we forget the idea that money has spiritual properties. And I'm going to explain this to you. So I'm going to say that, and then I'm going to explain this to you. So, for me personally, poverty was never a part of my story growing up. Everybody in my family made quite a bit of money. I did grow up surrounded by poverty. So it did, even though myself and my family were not struggling, I was very understanding and empathetic of the problems of the people that were around me. So yes, I did live a very comfortable life growing up, but I always stayed in touch with the problems of the people around me. And, oftentimes my family would help the people around us. So I did grow up with that balance. What I noticed is when I got older, my relationship with money got lazy. You have to look at money almost as a sentient thing with an intelligence to it, like we look at crystals as having an intelligence to it because it has the divine ashe from the earth, or the way an herb has intelligence to it because it has ashe from the earth. Money works the same exact way, and you have to foster a healthy relationship with money. So think about it like this: if you are in a relationship and you feel like your partner is beginning to take you for granted, they don't romance you and wine and dine you and nurture you like they used to, eventually you are going to kind of start dialing back your 100% a little bit more, because at some point you feel like you're giving more to the relationship than the other person. And you're going to start dialing it back, until eventually you end that relationship. Money works the same way. Money is a form of currency. You trade time off of your life in exchange for dollars. Money is an energy exchange. It is a form of energy. Therefore, it stands to reason that money has an intelligence to it. If you're invited to a friend's house, it was actually, I saw this a few years ago on a reality show where one woman called another woman and she invited her to a function of hers. And then when the lady that called to invite the other lady thought that the call was disconnected, she said something negative. So fast forward, they have a conversation like, why didn't you come to my event? I didn't come to your event because I heard what you said when you thought that I wasn't on the phone. So screw you and your event. I hope you had a good time. I wasn't there. Money works the same exact way. So growing up, like I said, I never heard no, we can't afford it. I very rarely heard the word no. I think the only time I heard the word no was because I had a pony. I asked for a pony, and I don't really think that wasn't because we couldn't afford it, but we lived on the south side of Chicago. Where the hell was I going to put a pony? So, you know, but my mom and my dad always told me, cash is king. Cash is king. If you go to a restaurant, you tip well, and you go there regularly, 9 times out of 10, you're going to get good service when you go back to this restaurant. But there isn't really too many problems that money really can't solve. But on the other hand, you have people sowing these negative seeds and saying things like, Money doesn't buy happiness. Money is the root of all evil. Money isn't everything. Throw those things in the trash, because if you really sit back and look, you'll see the type of people that these things come from. Is money everything? No, there is more to life than money, but guess what? Money can buy me everything that I want, and money can take care of my necessities. Money is the root of all evil. No, it's not. Money is like any other tool, right? I can get in my car and give somebody a ride that doesn't have a ride to work or whatever. Or I can get in my car and go run somebody over. The car is neutral. The car goes off of the intent of the person. If you think about comic books, you have Lex Luthor and Bruce Wayne. Lex Luthor was an evil, maniacal genius. Bruce Wayne was a good guy. Both of them had money. Lex Luthor used his money for nefarious things. Bruce Wayne used his billions and billions of dollars to invest into, fighting crime in Gotham. So was it the money or was it the person? Money is not the root of all evil. Evil people are the root of all evil. So the first thing is to stop down talking your money. Money hears you. And money is going to feel a type of way. You saying it's dirty, it's evil, it's not the root of everything, it's not happiness. Money is happiness. I have never seen anybody miserable at a closing of their home. I've never seen anybody drive off the car lot crying tears of misery when they got a new car. Money is happiness. And another thing is, money is power. Money is power. Money gives you the power and the ability to take care of your needs. And it does have a spiritual effect. Think about your emotions leading up to payday. Oh man, today is payday. Think about how you feel when you get your paycheck in your hand, or when you wake up in the morning and you see that your direct deposit hits. And also pay attention to how you feel on those non-pay weeks. I'm almost willing to bet any amount of money that when I said something about today being payday because it's Friday, those of you that today is not payday for, I bet you the thought ran across your mind like, man, I wish it was payday. See that feeling that you got wishing that today was payday? Like, it would be nice. There was, I had to work on my relationship with money a lot. Being that I grew up never really needing for money, I got lazy with my relationship with money. Then I got divorced and I moved to San Jose, California. San Jose is the 4th most expensive city in the country. And I had a really good job, but with the cost of living, which was something unlike anything that I had ever experienced, I got to a point where it never seemed to be enough. So I'm at work and I'm on my lunch break and I'm like, I'm so stressed out. I'm just getting ready to watch some craft videos on Facebook. This one video popped up about this lady that had like a 2,500 square foot closet. And they're going through the home and she's like, I invested $36,000 into this chandelier. This is my favorite Birkin bag. I invested $100,000 into this. And in my mind, what has become a poverty mindset and a toxic relationship with money, I'm like, why is she saying she invested? She didn't invest it. And Spirit was like, you asked me a question, I'm giving you the answer. Shut up, pay attention, and rewind the video and jump down off of your high horse for a second that right at the moment you could barely afford to feed. Okay. Spirit gives me the kick in the pants that I need sometimes, but I sat and I really watched and I listened. Like when she said I invested in this chandelier, this $36,000 chandelier, I saw how her energy changed and how her face lit up. And then I understood. I was like, this woman invested in her happiness. These things that she's saying that she invested in make her happy. And then I thought about it like, wow, when I go to the craft store and, buy things, I never leave the craft store upset. You know, when I'm able to go and get something, I never leave upset. So look at money as an investment. I am investing this money into this financial obligation that will keep my lights on. I am investing this money into getting this thing that will make me happy. So that's definitely just the first step in changing your relationship with money and healing this money karma. That's the first step. Like I said, changing your attitude towards money and changing the way you speak about money, because money hears you. That money isn't everything. Money doesn't buy happiness. You a damn lie. And if you are around me and if you know me, I am not going to let you talk bad about money in front of me. I don't. I have a different relationship with money that that I had a couple of years ago when I was struggling and I ended up in that poverty mindset. So, even though I didn't grow up in poverty, I have experienced it, and it forced me to level up and change my relationship with money and realize that money is a spiritual thing. You can go on Google, Google spiritual properties of amethyst, spiritual properties of rose quartz. You won't find the spiritual properties of money on Google, but I'm getting ready to tell you now. What are the spiritual properties of money? Happiness. Because I'm happy as hell when I got it, and I'm stressed as hell when I don't have enough of it. What's another spiritual property of money? Relief. Because I know how things are going to get taken care of. What's another spiritual property of money? Fun. Because now I can go pay for the little extra things that I want, this trip, this extra pair of shoes, or whatever. Money has spiritual properties, because notice how it affects your emotions and your spirit when you have it and when you don't have enough of it. So that is my jewel for today, and that's my homework for you. Start changing your relationship with money. Instead of saying spend money, I don't spend money. Time is really the only thing that you spend that you can't make back. You can always get more money. You invest money, bills, financial obligation. Money is at the root of I love money. Money loves me, and money loves me so much so to where it easily comes to me and finds me and comes to me in large amounts. Thank you, money. I love you. You bless your crystals and your herbs. Those of you that have a magical practice, you charge your crystals under the light of the full moon. You charge your water with moon water. I'm going to challenge you to do this. Next time, if you use cash or if you use card, before you go into the store and invest your money on whatever you're about to invest, take a second, hold it in your hands. Money, I love you. And the money that I am about to go and invest in this thing is going to come back to me. I will see you later, money. I love you. And watch how money start easily finding you. So that is my homework. There will be another video on this probably. So definitely take the time to do that. So that's my homework. Until next time, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and start rebuilding your relationship with money and fixing that bond that you have with money.